You are now going to hear from 3 participants who feature in every hearing. The parts are played by actors, but they describe the roles of individuals who take part in the hearings.
My role is to lead the hearing and speak on behalf of the panel. A panel is an independent decision-making body and does not represent the HCPC. I try to ensure that everyone involved in a hearing understands the process. Before I talk about what the panel considers, I'll explain who else would be in the room at a hearing. A panel is made up of a chairperson, a registrant who is from the same profession as the registrant being investigated, and a layperson who is not registered with the HCPC. Panel members do not sit on HCPC hearings as an everyday job, but come from a wide variety of backgrounds. Other people at a hearing include the registrant and their representative, if they're there, a legal assessor, a lawyer who gives advice on law and procedure to everyone involved and also ensures that the proceedings are conducted fairly, a hearings officer who ensures that the hearing runs smoothly, a transcriber who makes a record of everything that is said, an HCPC representative who presents the case against the registrant and members of the public, who may include a media presence. The panel considers live and documentary evidence. The panel will take into account everything that has been said by all parties in a fair and impartial manner before making any decisions. Registrants are encouraged to attend their hearing, but they can choose not to. If the registrant does not attend, the hearing may take place without them, if the panel is satisfied that it is fair to do so.
I ensure the smooth running of HCPC proceedings. I assist and advise all participants about what happens at a hearing. Upon arrival, I will direct parties to separate waiting areas. Details of the dates and times of when you should attend will be sent out to you well in advance of the proceedings. One of my roles is to assist anyone giving evidence. Before giving evidence, I would ask you to take an oath or an affirmation. This is giving the panel a promise that you will tell the truth. When giving evidence, it is important that you speak in a clear voice and direct your answers to the panel. Take time to think about the questions. If you do not know the answer or understand the question, you should tell the panel. When giving evidence, try to talk slowly, as this gives anyone listening an opportunity to note down what you say. Witnesses may be asked some difficult questions. If this happens, it is important that you try to give as clear an answer as possible. If the registrant comes to the hearing, they can ask the witness questions about evidence they have given. The registrant being investigated has the right to test evidence put before the panel.
My role is to ensure that the proceedings are conducted fairly. I provide impartial advice on procedure and points of law to all parties. I'm not part of the panel and take no part in the decision-making process. Before a panel can consider whether a registrant's fitness to practice is impaired, it must first determine whether the facts of the allegation are proven. It must then decide if the proven facts amount to the grounds of the allegation. For example, was the behaviour due to misconduct or a lack of competence? The panel then decides whether the registrant's fitness to practice is impaired, and if so, what, if any, sanction to impose. If the panel considers that a registrant's fitness to practice is impaired and that a sanction is required, they can caution the registrant, place a warning on their registration details for between 1 and 5 years, make conditions of practice that the registrant must comply with, suspend the registrant from practising, or strike off the registrant from the register, which means they cannot practice.
Sanctions are imposed to protect the public, not as a punishment. Panels carefully consider the individual circumstances of each case and take into account all that has been said before making their decision.